Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect Akim pushing this word with truth and sincerity. Shalom to the Bayath Shah Dawadah, the house of David. The true believers of this gospel, this truth, all right, the 100% doctrine coming out of Great Millstone, all right, 100% doctrine of the Bible, okay. Salvation is for Israel and Israel alone. Israel consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, including the speckled bird. Israel being scattered took on physical features or attributes of the heathen nations, but if your father's line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob, salvation is for you and you alone. All right. Just gonna bring out a few scriptures. Speaking on, all right, the haters, all right, the scoffers, all right, of our own people. Okay, as in these end times, we see that the Apostle Peter wasn't lying, and I'm gonna bring out 2 Peter 3 to bring out that point. But I title this something like "The World Hates Us Because We Love Yahushai." All right, and you can't love the world and love Yahushai, because the world was against Yahushai, and it says this here in John 7:7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil. All right, the works of this world are wicked. Okay, and as we could grab in Amos, let's say rebuketh. Amos 5:10 says, "They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly." All right, the people of this world don't want to know that they doing wickedness. All right, they in their comfort. All right, especially our people. All right, that's why when you tell them, hey, when we cry and sigh for the abominations thereof, they get mad. It's actually, and that's what we're here. We're here to warn these people that, hey, they're going against the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai. Now, ultimately, the people that don't adhere to the prophets of the Lord, all right, they're going to be done away with. But they weren't meant, or they weren't chosen of Yahweh Shem Shai to receive the message on this side. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins." All right. See, the prophets were sent to do that exact thing, that very thing. See, it says Ezekiel 3. It says that our people would be rebellious. Right? Let me Ezekiel 3:7, it says, "But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me." See, it's not, we're just relayers of the message. But yet, in these times, scoffing is going to continue to be an all-time high, because we're coming to an end of this age. All right? Persecution going to amp up. Persecution entails, people, putting you or deeming you as something that you're not. All right, they will persecute the righteous. All right, because the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai are against the folly of this world. Okay, it says "For they will not hearken unto me, for all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted." Okay, so it said impudent and hard-hearted. That's Israel for you. The ass knoweth his master. Let me just grab that. And impudent is dumb. All right. Let me just show you the spirit that the Lord put on his prophets. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and their forehead strong against their foreheads, and thy forehead, all right, strong against their forehead. So the Lord put a spirit on his prophets, his true prophets, not to back down to these, reprobates, just as you're seeing. Just like you. Isaiah 1:3 says, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. And some Israelites don't even want to know that they Israel. All right? They hear it and they dismiss it. All right? Nah, that ain't us. All right? We can't be the Lord's people, but this testimony wasn't sealed in their hearts at this time. All right? So let me get back on track, or back where I left off. Or actually, we'll just go straight. No. Kind of lost my train of thought. I was just doing this on the fly. Proverbs 1. Let's go to 22. It says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. And that's the thing. These scorners, all right, these scoffers, man, they love to be adversaries to the Most High. All right, and Yahweh Shema Shai put the spirit on them to be adversaries of the Most High. He gave them that rebellious spirit, and that's what I wanted to pull. That Jake is rebellious, and it's a sin, as it says in the book of Samuel. Yeah, 1 Samuel 15:23, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry, because thou hast rejected the word of Yahweh, he hath also rejected thee from being a king. And that goes in to why the Lord, put Israel in a low case, because we went off from his word. We rejected the word, and look where it got us. And you don't want to get it back? No, they continue to reject it. My people, Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of Yahweh. I will also forget thy children. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. So once you got into that high spot, that high status, no. Hey, you see Jake with status in this world. Look how they act towards another Israelite. All right. They prideful, man. They act like they Esau Edom itself. Okay. Consumed with all of Esau's idolatry, all this world's wicked philosophy, man. That pride. I mean, very, very seldomly do you meet a humble rich man. It says, therefore will I change their glory into shame. And there's some out there. All right. But that's not the spirit. Most people that have gotten those financial gains and certain, statuses, accolades of this world, they are very high-minded of themselves. All right. And they treat, the rest of the world as peasants. Let's go to what I want, Jeremiah 4. So man, these people is really the ones that is bugged out. All right. Yep. Oh, let's read 4:21. It says, "How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet?" My people. So how long? Hey, and we prophesy this every day in and day out. My people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have known none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And that's the spirit we're seeing more and more be revealed from these wicked Israelites. Man, most of the persecution gonna come from our own people. First Peter, no. 2 Peter 2 and 3. 2 Peter 3 and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. All right. So in the last days, hey, we're in the last days. We see all these Israelites talking. They shit. All right. These non-believers, and really they antichrist, and that also fulfills prophecy because it says, "The last days there shall be many antichrists." All right. So you fulfilling prophecy. And hey, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai for putting the spirit on them to fulfill their lot. That's all it is. They can't do nothing that the Most High ain't ordained them to do. And we see them walking after their own lust, what they think is right. All right. But it's not of the Lord. All right. In the sense that the way that they acting is not the example, all right, that Yahweh Shai left for us. They do not have the light. And I'll leave. Oh. It's either I had one more. So man, if you're in that scoffing spirit, man, you better check yourself and repent, even though we know it's very unlikely that they will. Damn. I forgot what this scripture was. Let me go here. I think I found it through the... See, and speaking on that, let's read Proverbs 1 and 22 again. It says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? Turn you at my reproof." And so you better listen up. "Behold, I will pour out my spirit into you. I will make known my words." And that's going to be through prophecy. Okay? And you continue to read on, it says, "I will mock at your calamity, mock you when your fear coming," But, what was I doing? Maybe I did it like this. No, it was in Proverbs 3. Let me see. Damn. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it, Akim. Salakia. Let's go. Judgment. KJV. Yep, this is it. Proverbs 19 and 29. Judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the back of fools. And ultimately, if you don't believe in this truth, you're considered a fool. I pity the fool. And go back. 29. See, and it says an ungodly in verse 28, reading up. It says an ungodly witness scorneth judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devoureth iniquity. And you eat up iniquity. That ain't Jake, man. The wicked of Jake. Okay. Proverbs 8, and but that's pretty much it. They don't hate you. They hate the spirit that's on you. They hate Yahweh Shai. All right? And we know that. Proverbs 8 and 34, blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the door posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of Yahweh. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. And these scoffers, man, continue to show that they hate the Most High and His only begotten Son. They hate the gospel. They hate the Spirit. That's why they hate you. All right? That's why they hate the sincere believer, man. They got spirits on them. You know? But ultimately, we have that protection from the Most High, and abiding in the Word is going to, work out beautifully for the elect. So, Kwam Yasharala, wild ball, don't let these scoffers, get to you. All right? It'd be vexing, but, at the end of the day, this chastisement and everything we go through is truly a blessing. So with that, I say shalom.